Introverts, how did you meet your girlfriend? OKC. A tale of depression and changes. For my 20s I had strongly identified with being asexual. I just wasn't into sex or relationships. In my later 20s, 6 years ago, my aunt died. Then a friend. Then a pet. I landed up finally getting help for my lifelong depression that had become unbearable now. During this next part, 2 more family members died. One May day at work I run into an old coworker who had dropped by and we flirted, then had a month-long fling that was emotionally abusive to me. Fuck that, my one experience with relationships is this crap? No. It is now my vacation time, so I tell myself I will have a summer of with the positive dates I want to have. A month of fun dates from OKC. Then I met him. The one. I had thought once the summer was over I'd just go back to being me, the shy asexual girl. I was wrong. We've been together 5 years, and are looking for a house to buy together. He helped me get through another 8 loved ones' deaths, too. Been a year since the last death, the cycle finally broke. My boyfriend and I are both introverts and we met at work. I had worked there for about a month when he asked if I wanted to join a game of hacky sack during break and I said sure. We would also talk with each other when we were stationed next to each other. We worked in a call center. One night I asked for a ride home and when I showed him where to turn he asked if I wanted to see something funny. I said sure. He drives past the dentist office by my apartment and turns towards another apartment building near mine. Our apartments were within 150 yards of each other, if that. He invited me in and we've now been together for 20 years. Deleted. Deleted. Being introverted doesn't make you shy or socially awkward. We actually met and dated in high school, but broke up for stupid teenage reasons. Fast forward a couple years after graduation and we ran into each other in Target. Spent about an hour or so there wandering around and talking, then headed over to a Coney Island for coffee. We met each other for coffee there every night for a week, which told me she was into me, seeing as I didn't get off work until 4 AM. We'd hang out until the sun came up. Also she had a boyfriend. She kicked his sorry ass to the curb. Sorry bro, but she was worth it. She moved in with me shortly after that, and we've been together almost 10 years now. Finally got married last year in April. She's the best. I was working in a research lab. We shared the room with another much larger, more successful group. I pretty much minded my own business every day. However, I sat near the microfiltered pure water tap and people would come by and fill up their lab water jugs with water for experiments. This cute girl from the other lab would come fill up her lab's water container from the faucet next to our desk. At first I kept my head down because I was usually busy but also really shy. One day her and another girl that worked on the other side came up and invited me to a pancakes and booze event that they wanted to go to. I of course declined because I was oblivious to her interest in me and was gonna go cycling that evening. I realized later that day that I should have said yes and just gone with them, so I made it a point to start striking up conversation with her when she came by to fill up her water jug. We started to get to know each other with short conversations. She found out I was taking classes for computer science, and I learned some stuff about her as well. I had bought tickets to go to an Incubus concert with some friends that I biked with around that time and invited her out of the blue. She said no. So a few days later I invited her to my friend's house party and she accepted. Found out she didn't have a car so I had to drive 30 minutes to pick her up. We got tipsy and had a great time there and started hanging out at my apartment after work watching Netflix before I drove her home. A few months later, we're official. Now it's been almost 2 years and we've traveled quite a bit. NYC, Chicago, SW Colorado and Utah. We're about to finally go to our first Incubus concert in August. She's also accompanying me to Oregon where I'm graduating with my BScs. She got a car a few months after we started dating as well. I love this girl and her nerdiness. She's not at all an introvert but she loves that I'm a homebody and not out at clubs/bars doing shady things. She's well on her way to getting her PhD in neuroscience and I couldn't be more proud of her. I'm an extrovert and my wife is an introvert, but screw it, posting anyway. I was super awkward with women and super oblivious to any social cues. If a woman liked me, I was none the wiser. My wife is a bookworm and finds any kind of social interaction exhausting, but we were in the same friend group for a couple years. Everyone except me knew she liked me and they all tried to set us up. Finally, I was helping her run errands all day and I dropped her off at my apartment and she basically said, "Hey idiot, I like you, let's go out." We've been together 4 years and married 2.5. My husband and I met on MySpace when it was dying. His was the last message I ever read there and I gave him my aim. 8 years together. After dropping off my car at an auto shop, I headed back on foot towards a bus stop. Between the shop and the bus stop is a Starbucks, and since I've been feeling down for the past couple of weeks, I decided to treat myself to a drink. I walk in and order some concoction. The barista that was making it for me caught my attention right away. She was stunning and very tall. And as a tall guy, that really excited me. So I pushed myself to talk to her. We made small talk, but she was really shy as well, and it didn't go far. I really wanted to ask for her number, but there was a rush of people, so I just left. I was kicking myself in the ass as I walked towards the bus stop. Luckily I was texting a friend who offered to pick me up. So now the plan was for me to wait at that Starbucks. Palms sweating, butterflies in my stomach, I enter the shop. My mind is racing, thinking of a way to engage with that girl again without being a weirdo. I decided to buy my friend a drink. Luckily she was at one of the registers taking orders. I started asking her what her favorite drinks are so I can buy one for my friend. I get the drink and sit at a table. Again, all I can think about is of a way to ask for her number. Time is ticking. My friend is about to pull up. There's another rush of people and she's busy again. I grab a coffee sleeve and scribble a little message with my phone number at the end. I get up, slowly walk towards her. But don't see an opportunity to give it to her. I must have looked ridiculous, because another barista asked me if I need any help, so I asked her if she could pass that sleeve to the tall barista. And then I left. 3 days later she texted me back with a picture of that silly sleeve I left her. She admitted that she wasn't planning on texting me, but she kept the sleeve, and something happened within those 3 days that she decided to give me a chance. We went on our first date a few days later. We've been together for over 7 months now. Playing MMORPG. Lol. Heh? Sobs uncontrollably. She was in all my classes sophomore year of high school and tried to talk to me. I was too awkward and kept quiet. Fast forward to junior year and she's in my anatomy class with me. She switches seats with the person next to me since she remembered me. Fast forward another year and we are good friends. I asked her best friend to prom and she was going alone. Her best friend ends up ditching us both and so we made the best of it. Fast forward a year ago today and it's our 1-year anniversary. Single at the moment but generally they just kinda follow me home and after a few days are like we're dating now and I just kinda go with it. Tinder. Alcohol is a perfect social lubricant that led me to my first girlfriend. She had a fat ass. We worked together for 2 years and basically only said hi to each other. Then one day we exchanged numbers and here we are 2 years later. She first talked to me at a computer class and then on the lecture class she told me I looked like an anime character. And the rest is history. Too late, here's my introvert comment anyways. The problem is not finding someone in my opinion, it's not jumping into a lifelong relationship with them the second they agree to go out. Introverts tend to go from 0 to 100 in 1 second. Oh, you like me? Great. Let's get married, have kids and get a house. What kind of car do you like? I'll go buy you one. Pets? Dog or cats? Both? Let's go to the shelter. How are you parents? Let's go sew them next weekend. Hey, where are you going? I guess she didn't like me after all. I am exaggerating kinda, but it is hard not go overboard when someone actually seems to like you. You never want to let that go because causal dating is not a thing for introverts. First girl I slept with and had a relationship with, I married. We were engaged within about a month of meeting, and married a few months later. And while it lasted 22 years, I don't think she was happy the last 10 or so, which I feel really bad about. So now she had moved on, and I am trying to figure out what I want. I'll probably want to grab onto the first girl that smiles at me. Being an introvert is fucking weird, but not suggest, 0-10.